Welcome to Grow It, Cook It, Eat It. Today I want to show you how you can make a pasta topping for your spaghetti, any kind of pasta really. You don't have to process your tomatoes down, make a big pot of sauce or anything like that. This can be done in about 20 minutes from cutting the vegetables to getting it onto your linguine, your spaghetti or whatever. You can use other garden vegetables too. Start with about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, medium heat, and you're going to soften, saute down. In this case, these are my American leeks. They're just ready in my garden. I have tons of them. You could use onions, just cut the onions up into small pieces. So soften down the onions, the leeks, and I'm going to use garlic that I grew in the garden too. And you can see maybe that I put salt on here. If you salt the garlic, see if I can do this with this big spoon. If you salt the garlic, it's going to pull the garlic flavor out. So it's just going to get around whatever you're sauteing much better. You don't want to over brown your garlic because it can get a little bit bitter tasting. But just soften everything up. Again on medium heat. And now that my kids are in college, I usually make a big pot of pasta during the week and just do this with different vegetables that are coming out of the garden. And it just happened today I shot a video on a harvest. And I got lots of tomatoes. I'm going to actually put some peppers in. These are leftover peppers from another video I just shot. Soften them down also. Now, don't over salt or season your pasta topping or anything really. Just start with a little bit of salt, a little bit of seasoning. You can always add later, but you can't really remove salt and other flavors. It smells wonderful in here. Now the garlic I grew hardneck garlic, and this is actually garlic I bought today. This is from a local store down the street, and this is hardneck garlic that was grown locally. So this is going to go into the ground. I really recommend growing garlic. I'm in Maryland Zone 7. This is garlic that I ordered from eBay. You can get hardneck garlic from eBay. I'm in Maryland Zone 7, and I really recommend growing garlic. There's 2 kinds, there's hardneck and softneck, and you have to kind of get online and see where your zone is for what type of garlic to grow. But garlic can be grown just about anywhere. So Maryland Zone 7, we put it in the ground now. It's almost October. We put it in October. We plant it 4 inches deep, 4 inches apart, and that is plenty deep enough to keep the garlic from freezing through. So if you're up north a little bit more, you have to plant your garlic a little bit deeper and maybe put some hay or mulch on top of it to keep it warm. If you go down south below Maryland, you can plant your garlic much more shallower. I think that's right, much more shallower. And if you live where you don't get a winter, like a freezing winter, you actually don't need to plant your garlic in the fall. So this is just really how you plant it for places that get a winter and freezing nights, I should say. Everybody gets a winter, not everybody gets freezing nights. Now once everything is softened, just put in a few scoops of tomatoes, cut them up however you want. The seeds are all left in here, the skin is all left on there. And you're just letting all the flavors mix together. And again, this is just a simple pasta topping. And you can do this really with just about anything. Of course, I like the tomatoes. If you don't feel like de-seeding them, taking off the skin, making a big pot of pasta, a big pot of tomato sauce, this is the way to go. And garlic's really hardy, so if you get it into the garden in October, it may grow a few inches of greenery, don't worry about it. That can just last all winter. And come spring, it takes off. You can feed it then, let it grow, and sometime around mid to late June, the green growth will be about 12 to 18 inches tall. It'll be turning brown and falling over, and that's when you harvest garlic. So right now you can see a lot of liquid in the topping. You don't want to overcook it. You can if you want, but the tomatoes are going to start to break down, and that's perfectly fine because they have a great taste. This is oregano. It's dried. Put your dried oregano in when there's a lot of liquid, because that liquid, that flavor, will reconstitute the dried oregano. And that's pretty much it. You get a wonderful topping for your pasta, full of flavor, easy to do, not a big process. Whoop, let's grab that one. Put it right onto our pasta. And we're going to finish it off. Now you could finish it off. Let's get that in camera. With some cheese. But I'm going to use crushed red cayenne pepper from the garden, dried in this oven. And you have a great simple way to make a pasta topping from your garden harvest without putting a lot of work into making a sauce. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.